action replay card for the Sega Mega Drive. Now, this is the games it can control and essentially is a cheat cartridge, but it ain't working. So we turn it on and it should go straight to the screen and allow you to put the codes in, and the screen should kind of look like that. You put the codes in, you press start and play the game. We've managed to get it working twice, and I think it was just pure luck more so than anything. And as you can see, just not working now. Now hopefully you can see that the pins looks like they've just been cleaned with something way too hard and essentially rubbed everything off. Them lines in it look like they're going all the way across and earthing out the leads, but it's not doing that in real life. So what I'm going to do is, I've tried cleaning it. Cleaning just doesn't work. So I'm going to reflow each and every single one of them pins tomorrow and see. I mean, it does work, we know it works, but only when it kind of makes connections. So yeah, I'm going to reflow each one of them and see what happens. Right, okay, the game is out of the case. What you want to do is clean the pins as best you can. I've got rubbing alcohol, I still need to do it, but that's what I'm going to do. You can actually see when you get close that someone has actually tried to rub this with something, and I think they've just completely rubbed most of the contacts away. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm just going to kind of re-tin these with solder. Now I'm using a soldering iron, or soldering station. This is a special soldering tip. It's got like a little hollow, if the camera's gonna, it's got like a little hollow in there which will hold the actual solder for me, and then what I can actually do is just drag it down each pin, put a tiny bit of solder and drag it down each pin. I'm going to try and film a couple, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I've got my... Now the noise you can hear, this soldering station also sucks all the crap out and keeps, you know, stops it from coming into you, because obviously the stuff that come off the solder isn't great, so it stops you breathing it in. Very important. I wouldn't suggest do this if you're not very good at soldering, or this is a really expensive game. I wouldn't suggest you doing this. I'm just seeing if this is going to work. I've got an adjustable soldering iron. I can turn the heat down to exactly what I want, so I won't lift the pads. If you start lifting the pads, you're in trouble. So let me try and do this one-handed. This is not going to be pretty. I can't even see, so I put a bit of solder on there. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I can start from the top and I can just drag it down. Now see that? Absolutely perfect. That actually went nice. You can see that? Nice shiny pad. Again, let's do this on camera. I can't actually touch the solder on camera. There we go. And try and do another one. There we go. There we go. Two lovely pads, nice and shiny. I haven't really put a lot of solder on, so I'm not going to damage my pins. If you put too much on, you'll open your pins inside your console and you can do all sorts of damage. So what I'm going to do, you can see the difference. Nice shiny pins compared to the rest. So I'm going to go and do all this, and then we're going to test it and see if it works. Right, we've got a couple more to do. As you can see, we've got really nice shiny solder joints there. It doesn't look very good on camera, but believe me, if the camera actually focused, you would see they're really nice, smooth and shiny. What I would normally do if this was something really expensive is I'd mostly put liquid solder on it and I'd put it in my reballing machine, and that would get you a perfect solder joint. But not everyone's going to have that, so I'm just showing you you can actually do this with a soldering iron. Now I'm not saying this is going to make the cartridge work, but we've definitely got a lot more on our pads. You can see where it's actually worn through. There's just nothing there, so this, you have to be very careful when you clean pads. If you use something really hard and abrasive, you will just basically rip everything off like someone has done. So hopefully this is just a bad connection, and with what we're doing is going to sort it. Time will tell. Okay, all the pads are done, nice uniform, nice and shiny joints, and yeah, let's see. I'm going to put it back in the case. There's just 2 Phillips screws, there's nothing really exciting to see. Put it back in the case. It's going to be a few seconds for you and a good few hours for me to see if this baby works. Okay, there it is, all back together. And like I said, anything like soldering, doing anything, the right tools, the right machines, the right solder makes the job a lot easier. You get cheap, shitty solder, it's not going to work properly. You get really good solder, you're going to get a lot nicer joints. It kind of, I must admit, I'm looking at this now and it looks really bad on camera, but in real life it is a million times better. So we're going to see if this works. We're going to stick it in, and if not, then we might look at doing other things, maybe reballing a few chips or whatever. Let's see. Maybe should have checked all the continuity to the chips, but we'll do that if this doesn't work. Right, okay, here it is. Here's our lovely soldering. Let's put it in. There we go, it's in. Didn't take that much to push it down, so we're not too wide with the electronics. And let's switch this on. Hooray! Bingo! Right, Sean, if you just put in a code there for me, put the walkthrough code in. Yep. We're going to put the walkthrough code in, and with the little switch on the side you can turn it on and off. So we'll just see what the walk code is. As soon as Sean's got that, we'll flip the camera back on. Okay, that's the code for no enemies and a walk through the level. So press start, Sean. This should now go on to Golden Axe, which it has done. Can you skip this? Can you press start again? Or now just go into one player arcade. Now just pick any player, doesn't matter. Let's just see if it works. There should be no enemies at all. So just keep walking. If this is worked properly. I am recording this straight off the phone, so. Oh, is this? Oh, I didn't flick it on. Sorry, go back to the main menu. I didn't switch it on. What an idiot. I wonder if I can switch it on now. Hold on. Now, I've just flicked the little switch. So just kill these guys. And then there should be no more enemies. I meant to flick the switch on the start screen, which I didn't do. But hopefully, this has still worked. Right. Just get rid of him.
Or he gets rid of me, I don't know.
And then this should work.
How did I get him?
Because you're not close enough. Right, now you should be able to walk. No, I didn't put it on the start screen. Right, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to redo this and flick the switch on at the start screen. Right, I've just pressed reset and gone back to the main menu and flick the switch up, and as we can see now, there is no enemies. So just keep going. No enemies at all, which is good. If I flick the switch down on the cartridge, we should get enemies. Just stay there, Sean. Just go back. Oh no, go forward to the next start. Is this the bad guys? Where the bad guys should be? Right, keep going.
Yeah, turn it on.
Right, now let's just turn it on, because there'll be no bad guys now. So this allows you to walk through the level. If I now flick the switch down, just kick him.
Yeah, kick it.
There you go. One more. Right. Now I'm going to flick the switch down. I want to try and do it where there's no sound. Just turn off the sound of the... Now I'm going to mute the telly so you can hear me flicking the switch down. Are you ready?
Oh, what happened?
Hold on. Oh, just stop there. Stop there. Ready? Right, that's the switch down. You should now get enemies. There we go. I'm going to flick the switch back up. So after you've killed him, I think you should not get any more enemies. Now keep going. You should have no more enemies now. And there we go. No more enemies. Flick the switch one more time. Now you should get enemies. After this point, you should get enemies now, I think.
Release the main bad guys.
Or maybe we didn't flick it on quick enough. No, you got no one. Alright, so let him go through this and we should have enemies then. Alright, I think we should have enemies now. Ah, yeah, now we've got enemies. Okay, so it does work. Right, that's it. We got it fixed. Lovely. Right, so there we go. It's fixed. And this was the little switch I was talking about. You can toggle it on and off. And where are we? These are the games it can do. You can put 4 cheats into each game because it gives you 4 options along the thing. But there we go. We fixed it. And like I said, if you want a real professional job, you can actually put it on a reballing machine. But not everyone's going to have that. So I'm just showing you can do it with a simple soldering iron. There we go. It's fixed. Lovely. Now we can cheat on a few more games, Sean. But I don't cheat. We don't need cheat cartridges. Shh. Thanks for watching, people.